Here we are, next stop, out on the Cumberland. It's a magic eastern brown snake, and I'm going to get in close to this guy. He's the second most deadly snake in the world, mate. I'm just going to hold my hands back because I'm not going to get bitten by this guy. Mate, I've been in here for the best part of 50 odd. Welcome to Narragansett, mate, and welcome to next stop. And we're here at the pond section, mate. You don't have to even explain this. You guys know what it is. So come on, guys, let's get down the pond and see what we got on the next stop, mate. Bobby Dazzler of a day. Come on, guys, let's go. Come, guys, let's go. Okay, folks, you're with us now down the pond area. It's in the arvo today too, so yeah, a little bit different. It actually looks magic this time of the afternoon. So come on, let's creep through here and see what we got. It is one of the hotter times of the day, so might not be out a lot of these creatures that usually are, but we'll have a look anyway, mate, eh? They'll be bound up in the shade somewhere. Magic out here on the pond, mate, magnificent. So we'll just squeeze through this bit here, see what we can find. Come on, folks, through here. There's a little water skink down on the ground. There's a few of them running around everywhere. Little mate down here too. There he is, the beautiful golden eastern water skink out on the Cumberland, mate, on a magic Tuesday. Beautiful day out here on the Cumberland. So yeah, we'll just zoom back, get out of there, and we'll see what we've got on the next stop. Yeah, I'll look around here. Just move slow. Just want to see, there might be something bound up in the cool underneath here. Just a water skink from what I can see here. So see what else we can find, folks, eh? Okay, folks, let's go. There's duck underneath this. Yep, made it under there. Quick last look at the pond, mate. A magic pond out on a Tuesday, out on the Cumberland, mate. Magic. It absolutely looks beautiful. Blue skies in the background. Looking guy, next stop out on the Cumberland, mate. An absolute doozy, eh? This beautiful big male eastern water dragon just down here on the pond, mate. Waiting for a feed. Out on the Cumberland. Just magic. Look at the colours coming out on this big male. Beautiful male eastern water dragon out on the Cumberland, mate. Magic, mate. Nothing more majestic than the big male eastern water dragon, mate. Out on the log section on the pond, mate. He is gorgeous, this guy. Almost green tinges to that, like chest area and the arms. Look at this guy, mate. That is just magnificent, mate. Gorgeous eastern water dragon out on the Cumberland, mate. Yeah, you can see those colours. They are just sensational, mate. Oh, one of my favourite looking lizards, the eastern water dragon. And whilst he hasn't got the glossy black stripes and that, he's got this mad looking greeny yellows and red on the chest and all yellow around the eyes and around the bandit stripe. Big crest on this male too. He's a big fella and a beautiful fella too out on the Cumberland, mate. Okay, folks, we better leave him in peace to get a feed and get some sun into him. Magic sunny day. It's an absolute doozy out on the Cumberland, mate. So next stop, who knows what we got, folks. Absolute bottler. An absolute doozy, mate. Beautiful female eastern water dragon out here on the Cumberland, mate. Just sunning herself in the afternoon sun, mate. Absolutely magic out here on the Cumberland, mate. Just a Bobby Dazzler, mate. Beautiful. Got the beautiful looking moorhen in the background there. Beautiful moorhen in the background. Just dunking under for some little guppies and other morsels underneath the water there. Beautiful bird they are. Love the moorhen. They've got this beautiful purpley sheen about them in the sun, mate. They're just magnificent, guys. Oh yeah, that's the moorhen out on the ponds, mate. Yeah, see, just getting some good feed down there in the pond too. It's a magic day out here on the pond, mate. At Bluey's log, mate, nothing better. Beautiful moorhen out on Bluey's log, mate. A doozy of a Tuesday out on the Cumberland, mate. I just zoom back a bit and we'll see. I think we've got another eastern water dragon up just up here somewhere. Look at that. She's just up there. Beautiful, beautiful female eastern water dragon out here on the pond, mate. An absolute bottler of a stock, mate. They're a gorgeous, gorgeous lizard, these guys. Look at that. Yep. Big female eastern water dragon. Looks like she might be egg bearing, actually. That'd be cool. I know she's already had one clutch. So yeah, that'll be tops, mate. 2 clutches this spring. Beautiful. And he's got about 6 or 7 of these big girls in this area, so no wonder we've got so many eastern water dragons in the pond, mate. That's a Bobby Dazzler. Alright, beautiful. Of course we found one of these guys down here, mate, down at the Cumberland at the pond, mate, on this magic Tuesday. It's just a bottler of a day. Look at those golds on the end of his fingers and the beautiful speckling down the side, mate. The eastern water skink, a staple out here on the Cumberland, mate. And the gin's just going off, mate. Beautiful, beautiful day. And a beautiful eastern water skink out on the Cumberland, mate. Next stop, who knows what, folks. Just a doozy. Oh, next stop out on the Cumberland, mate. Check this ripper out. Looks like a long neck turtle, mate. And he's the only one out there on the log, mate. The log of Narragansett, mate. The famous log, the fable log. It's his, mate. He is the king, this long neck turtle. And he's got the lion's share of all the food out there in the middle. There's a lot of different little bugs and dragonflies and all sorts of things out there, so he'll just sit there in the nice warm sun, so he's nice and fast. The body temperature will be up pretty quick, and he'll snavel off any of those insects out there in the middle. Just bang, as soon as they get close to him, it's all over. So yep, beautiful next stop out on the Cumberland, mate, at the log. So we better get out there and find out what else we can find on the next stop out here, guys. Just a doozy on the Tuesday out at the Cumbo, mate. Pure magic, mate. What a doozy out on the pond, mate. Every time I come out here, it's just a ripper, mate. An absolute doozy out on the Narragansett pond, mate. So yeah, let's get out. Find out what we got on the next stop, folks. Absolute bottler of a day out here on the Cumberland, mate. Let's go. Magic, mate. Nothing more Aussie than these guys, mate. The mad kookaburra out on the Cumberland Plains, mate, on a Tuesday. An absolute Bobby Dazzler of a Tuesday, mate, out here on the Cumberland Plains. And the magic kookaburra, just a staple of the western suburbs, mate. Gotta love these guys. The magic of the kookaburra, mate, on the Cumberland Plains woodlands, mate. Sheer magic out here. See what we got next stop, folks, eh? Magic Tuesday. A beautiful eastern water dragon out on the Cumberland, mate. An absolute bottler, this guy. Yeah, just on the other side, having a bit of a rest and a bit of sunbake, waiting for those dragonflies to get a bit closer, mate, so he can snavel one of those. So yeah, beauty. Next stop out on the Cumberland, absolute ripper, mate. And I think we also got a turtle there somewhere. There he is. Good old mate, turtle. Yeah, the ripper looks like a short neck Macquarie. Magic, mate. Yeah, short neck Macquarie out on the pond, mate. Sheer magic on the Cumberland, mate. So, mate, got up here, eh? You got something, old mate? The butcher bird, the grey butcher bird. And threw it away. Beautiful, beautiful out on the Cumberland, the grey butcher bird, mate. Magic looking bird. Yeah, he's just there looking for prey, little skinks, little snakes, anything he can get a hand on. What's he got there? He's got something there. So we can see what he's got there, eh? Oh, he's knocking it around. They're similar to the kookaburra, the way they do things. Yeah, he's got a hold of it. He's just pulling it apart. He's actually impaling that on the end of a little branch. That's how they do things. Like a butcher. That's what they call them, the butcher bird, guys. What he's got. Oh, next stop out on the Cumberland, an absolute ripper, mate. Look at this beautiful Eastern Rosella on the nest box again, mate. Yeah, so it's just magnificent, folks. The nest boxes really do work here out on the Cumberland, mate. Just magic, this guy. Beautiful colours of this Eastern Rosella. There's nothing like these guys. They're just magnificent looking birds. Absolutely incredible, mate. Magic olive-backed oriole. I love these birds, so beautiful. He's off, but so are we on the next stop. Here he is, mate. The apex predator out on the Cumberland, mate. Magic lace monitor out here, just beautiful. It's just this time too. Look at this magic guy. Oh yeah. Nice size lace monitor. There's a big tree, this one too. Don't know if I've seen this one before either. That bandy tail, that's a different sort of a pattern. Magic lace monitor. Out here on the Cumberland, mate, there's nothing better. These guys are the apex predator, mate. Oh, they're just insane. Nothing better than the apex predator out on the Cumberland, mate. Magic. Absolute doozy of a Tuesday out on the Cumberland, mate. Look at this guy. Oh, that's insane, mate. This is the guy they all fear, mate. He is the man, the king of the Cumberland, mate. Those claws, mate, they could take you apart like razors. And a bite, mate, just slice you to pieces, lacerate you. There's something else, these guys. Amazing, amazing lace monitor out on the Cumberland, mate. Loving it. And next stop, absolute doozy, mate. The alarm set me off to this guy, mate. Heard him a mile away. Yep. Beautiful, beautiful lace monitor out on the Cumberland, mate. Just take it back a bit, zoom back. That is one of the most majestical things you'd ever see out on the Cumberland, mate. It's the king, mate. They just don't get any more majestic than this guy. And he's a good size, this fella too. Oh, we got swoopers coming for him. They can see him here, and they know, mate, he is a nest raider and a half. And yeah, he's a good size, mate, this fella. He is, he's a decent size. Beautiful. Nothing better than the apex predator out on the Cumberland, mate. Beautiful. So yeah, he'll be up there raiding the nest. He'll be getting the eggs, the little birds, the mum and dad birds if he can. So yeah, magnificent, mate. Next stop on the Cumberland. Just an absolute little bottler, mate. An absolute beauty. Goes, mate, up the ironbark tree. The beautiful lace monitor of the Cumberland, mate. And he's got birds interested in him, mate. He'll be getting dive bombed now. Yeah, he's up that tree. And he probably spotted a nest up there. He's going to raid that. So yeah, summertime, the time of the raids, mate. The big predators on the plains, mate. They're out on the raid, mate. That is gorgeous. Look at the colours of this magic lace monitor, eh? Oh, he'd like a feed of eggs from up there. Just amazing how they can cling on to not just these ironbarks, but even the smoothest type of gum tree. Those claws just so sharp. It's like they don't even put any pressure on those claws, they just touch them on there. Oh, they're majestic, mate. The king of the Cumberland, mate. They just don't get any better than this guy, mate. He is the king. He's a big fella too, mate. Real solid, chunky big fella, mate. An absolute bottler out on the Cumberland, mate. The beautiful lace monitor, there's nothing better, mate. The apex predator on the prowl on the Cumberland, mate. One of the best climbers in the animal kingdom. For a reptile, mate, he is unrivaled in his climbing abilities, eh? I mean, for an animal that gets over 6 foot in length and a hefty body, mate, he can hold his weight up a tree and climb up like he's just climbing, like he's walking on flat ground, mate. The strength of these guys. The apex predator out on the Cumberland, there is just nothing better, folks. Oh, magnificent Tuesday, an absolute bottler, mate. It's a rip snorter out on the Cumberland at Narragansett, mate. Beautiful apex predator, the monitor, and look at this guy. He's up that tree, and that's a monster tree too. He's a big fella. We better leave him alone and we'll get out, find out what we got on the next stop, folks. What an absolute amazing animal, these monitors. They are so different than all of the other types of lizard. Actually have more in common with a snake than a lizard. They've got that forked tongue. He almost copped it real bad. Gee, he had the duck then, mate. And I don't know if he copped it, mate, but he doesn't look too dusty after that one. Not too happy. Can't see any marks on his face, can we? Mate, lucky he didn't grab that out of mid-air and just snavel that, mate. The apex predator. He cops his fair share too, this guy, don't worry about that. Yeah, he definitely cops his share of punishment, mate, this guy. Amazing animal. Just goes to show, folks, life's not always easy, mate, even when you are the apex predator out on the plains, mate. The birds will still swoop this guy, mate, and defend their nests with their lives, mate. Magic, big male goanna or lace monitor out on the Cumberland, mate. Narragansett going off with the apex predators, mate. You can't get better than this, mate. Absolute doozy of a Tuesday, mate. A crackerjack, mate. Absolute crackerjack of a next stop, mate, I've got to say. I haven't seen this one either. It's a new one, a new lace monitor. I haven't seen this guy around before. An absolute bottler, mate, this guy. Just magnificent. Those colours, gold and lace, mate. Okay, folks, we'll get out and find out what we got on the next stop, folks. Next stop, an absolute doozy, mate. It's the king, mate. There is only one king on the Cumberland, mate, and this is him. He has no predators, mate. Once he's fully grown, there's nothing that can touch this guy, mate. He can eat brown snakes, it doesn't matter, mate. Birds of prey, you name it, mate. He will snavel everything in this Cumberland, mate. He is the king. Nobody messes with this guy. When he's on the plains, mate, everyone is on alert because he will eat just about anything on the plains, mate. And he can climb, he can swim, mate, he can go anywhere, this guy. He's an absolute marvel, mate. just an evolution, mate, of the predator. The Cumberland #1 king, the predator, mate. Magic lizard. And mate, he is a good size, this bloke too. He is a solid big fella, mate. He'd probably be about, I'd be about 5.5 foot. I reckon he'd probably get another foot left on him, mate. He'd probably grow to 6.5 foot, this guy. Nice big fella. Yeah, on the Cumberland, mate, the predators are out, the apex predators. Nothing better, mate, on the Cumberland. Seeing these guys roam around is just magnificent, mate. There's nothing better, honestly. Here, they just prowl around like they own the place, mate, because they have nothing to fear. They'll parade around, crawling up the trees, searching for birds, newborns, eggs. Mate, they go all over the wetlands, mate, these guys. Looking for small birds, newborn ducks, mate. They'll take nearly anything, mate. When these guys hit the plains, alarm bells, they literally go off. The birds, mate, you know where these guys are, because the birds are going absolutely crackers, mate. Okay, next stop out on the Cumberland. This one's been an absolute doozy, mate. Just zoom back a bit so you can get a look at this. Full length of this magic lace monitor. The king of the Cumberland is here. Okay, one more close up and we'll get out on the next stop, folks, okay? Oh, that is just one of the most beautiful things you will ever see on the Cumberland. The markings, mate, like no other markings of any other reptile or creature. Just beautiful. Reminds me of all that awesome indigenous art, mate, that they do. I mean, it just looks so similar. The animals are so incorporated into their art, and this guy is the king, mate. King of the Cumberland, mate. The beautiful lace monitor. Let's get out and hit the next stop, folks. An absolute cracking Bobby Dazzler, this one, mate. Ah, rip snorter. Last stop on the Cumberland Express for today, mate. So I've got my old mate, the Kookaburra, out here saying goodbye to us, eh? What a magic fella the old Kookaburra is. Okay, that's the last stop on the Cumberland Express for today, mate. And here we got the Kookaburra, and of course a pestering noisy miner near him to say goodbye to us. So let's find out what we got on the next stop, folks. Doozy. Okay guys, that was the last stop on the Cumberland Express for the Tuesday today. Mad day, mate. Had the monitors out, the apex predators were at it again, mate. So doozy of a day. So I'll be back again tomorrow to give you more adventures on next stop, mate. And yeah, that monitor, mate, absolute cracker, mate. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow on the next stop. Who knows what we got, folks. Later, guys.